A very good morning, Team Zimbabwe, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. So this morning, let us talk about what is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe, and let us focus on Chris Mutsvangwa. So something interesting we need to take a look on. There is a debate about Christopher Mutsvangwa. Is he so powerful and able to stop the economy of Zimbabwe, as suggested by some people? So there is this guy, Anonzima Jairosi. And I don't know who this guy is, but we need to take a look on what he said. He said, I want to repeat this. Yet Christopher Mutsvangwa had the full backing of the military. By this March, Mnangagwa and Chiwenga would have been in prison or exile. Chris has the backing of every rich millionaires and billionaires with plenty of resources. I cannot dispute that because I don't know much about his connections. But is he so powerful? You know, money talks. Money is important in everything. And when you have money, it means you have the resources. It means you have the necessary backing. If Chris Mutsvangwa had that money, it means he was going to be able to convince some people to back him militarily. But I doubt that he's so connected like that, as suggested here. Let us hear this critical tweet which we need to deal with at this moment in time to answer the question. Does Chris Mutsvangwa have the capability to stop the economy of Zimbabwe? To some extent, maybe. He can be able to disrupt some things to a certain extent, but not to an extent of stopping the economy of Zimbabwe. The economy of Zimbabwe is far bigger than Chris Mutsvangwa. Remember that business itself, it needs to survive, which means they cannot simply take an order from Chris Mutsvangwa to say, okay, everything is going to stop and it stops. It doesn't work like that. I don't believe that Chris Mutsvangwa does have what it takes to be able to control the economy entirely. Remember, there are cartels which are running this economy, and whoever controls those cartels remains so powerful and remains so connected. When you are seeing the battle which is happening in Zimbabwe, it's not the battle of politicians, it's the battle of cartels versus politicians. That is what is happening. So these cartels are fighting to have control of everything or to remain relevant. So they want to know, when you get into power, are you going to make us survive as we have been doing? And I believe that President Mnangagwa is somehow connected to the powerful business people in the nation of Zimbabwe. These are the people who do not want change to happen. That is the reason why you see they don't fund the opposition in the same way they fund ZANU-PF. ZANU-PF yanga ine motikari ngani, every MP yanga ine mota, and you would imagine such kind of funding. ZANU-PF Maria Chenwe, just imagine that kind of funding happening. And FAS was being paid left, right, and center. Who was facilitating FAS to be paid? All the agents wangawaka deploy on FAS. And just imagine fuel, which was being used throughout the 2023 campaign. You would actually see this guy was well connected. So as for Chris Mutsvangwa to be able to stop the economy, I doubt. So Chris, these are people who were once accused of being involved kuma issues the money changing, kuma issues agata sana Starlink. This is how these people survive. These are just crooks which are taking advantage of the situation in the system. And you know, as you know, Chris is a loud mouth. No, kana unebenzi ndani rake. At times unofanira kugara wakatongwarira benzi rako because rinogona kungobvotomoka. Anytime rinogona kungobvotomoka rikaburisa chimwe chokwadi. Chris does not have any power, but he knows some important things. Zimbabwe isununguke nekukasika. That is the reason why you see they don't touch Chris up to the balls. They simply removed him from the Ministry of War Veterans, and they made him keep his position as the spokesperson of ZANU-PF for a reason. They know Chris as a loudmouth, as a man who blabs too much. It's better to keep that fool very close to you than to leave that fool astray. He will destroy you using information yanayo. Number one, on corruption files. Number 2, on scandals. Number 3, on the just ended elections and the 2018 elections. Information and evidence, and they can simply unleash I suspect Chris, they might have access to some audios, to some files, some videos of some sort, and they leverage on that information for their survival. This information will be revealed to the world and to the public, and but so that is the reason why you see Monica Mnangagwa is still the minister and is not charged, but she was moved from the critical minister of information. Yeah, either very important in terms of communicating. More power than which ministry and Chris was more powerful as Minister of War Veterans, but right now he's been stripped all those powers. But they've kept him very close. He's still within the Politburo. He's still within ZANU-PF, which means his hands are tied. At this moment in time, I can tell you that Chris Mutsvangwa's hands are tied. He cannot do anything. That means cannot do anything as long as they are keeping him where he is. I doubt. Let us take a look at what other people saying. Majara Jairo said that Christopher Mutsvangwa akada kumisa economy yeZimbabwe nasichaye kuti ho inomira zvekusatoshanda chaizvo. Mutoni Mube knows it, Kuda Mnangagwa knows it, and John Mangudya knows it. Mutsvangwa is the only motor mouth that even people like George Charamba fear. Yes, they might fear him, but not to the extent of Tanomisa economy. I doubt. No, okay. So Anzi, you are overrating this individual. Personally, when I'm taking a look on these issues, I believe that yes, to a certain extent, maybe Chris is, but honestly, I will not overrate Chris Mutsvangwa to an extent that he will be so powerful. It is what it is. Let us talk in the comment section. What are your views? What do you think? Is Chris Mutsvangwa so powerful to an extent of being able to stop the economy of Zimbabwe? I do not know, guys. It will be very interesting for us to have this conversation. Maybe my own views, I might be wrong, but and I'm not overrating him. I'm talking of what I know. I wouldn't overrate someone that I don't agree with. I hate Chris's sense of entitlement because he fought in the liberation struggle. However, rating them in their own camp, Chris is smarter than Idi and Chiwenga combined. Yes, he might be smart somewhere, but you know, the survival of these guys, as I said, is pinned on who controls what. So I believe with the people who are in control of certain part of the economy, they are who make these decisions because they are power. And power. So maybe if he had said Chris and Cash cannot teach, even if I begged the non marry, why is it on they are failing to maneuver him through? Because in Zimbabwe, it would be easy to manipulate people. We have so many poor people who can be manipulated easily if you have money and influence. So I believe kuti yes, Chris anogononge but ana influence. So and those people, they know for sure kuti if they play around in mud, they'll get dirty as well, and they will not want it. So you know, chakaipira politics in Zimbabwe tinogona tese. That is the reason why also Nchamisa tries by all means possible to be a very, very, very law-abiding citizen. It's because he knows and the battle ahead is not the battle for the lamb. That is the reason why you see other comrades, they get easily compromised because of their past, because of their history. And you'll be compromised forever and ever more, especially for those who participated in GNU and were very, very, very corrupt. Just imagine Chamisa Dayangari corrupt. Guys, because intelligence in a file, we have police intelligence in a fire, politicians, we have state intelligence, and one fire foot, military intelligence, and one fire. So just imagine, guys, all those files, if they were to put forward Chamisanga yakapera kudaradara, but avana chavainacho against him. That is the reason why these people are so desperate to use other means to stop him. So you have seen other comrades with dirty files. They've been corrupted, and easily so. So you will see good in those. But I don't know, guys. I cannot dismiss this entirely and wholly. We need to have this conversation and understand good. What do you think about this post? Yeah, can Chris Mutsvangwa stop the economy of Zimbabwe without any consequences? Is that possible? I do not know, guys. Let us have this conversation. Tell me your thoughts and your views.